Hello students, this video is my fifth video for the chapter Final Accounts of Companies. To have a better understanding of the contents of this video, kindly watch my previous videos for this chapter. I'll be giving you the link in the description. In this video, I am going to work out a very important problem which often comes in the examination. Let me proceed further.
Let me read the problem first. Moon and Star Company Limited is a company with an authorized capital of 5 lakh divided into 5,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each on 31/12/2020, of which 2,500 shares were fully called up. The following are the balances extracted from the ledger as on 31/12/2020. Trial balance of Moon and Star Company Limited. Debit items: opening stock 50,000, purchases 2 lakh, wages 70,000, discount allowed 4,200, insurance up to 31/3/2021 6,720, salaries 18,500, rent 6,000, general expenses 8,950, printing 2,400, advertisements 3,800, bonus 10,500, debtors 38,700, plant 1,80,500, furniture 17,100, bank 34,700, bad debts 3,200, calls and arrears 5,000. Credit items: sales 3,25,000, discount receipt 3,150, profit and loss account 6,220, creditors 35,200, reserves 25,000, loan from managing director 15,700, share capital 2,50,000, and the total of the trial balance is 6,60,270. You are required to prepare the statement of profit and loss for the year ended 31/12/2020 and a balance sheet as on the date. The following further information is given. Closing stock was valued at rupees 1,91,500. B. Depreciation on plant at 15% and on furniture at 10% should be provided. C. A tax provision of rupees 8,000 is considered necessary. And D. The directors declared an interim dividend on 15/8/2020 for 6 months ending June 30, 2020 at 6%. So this is what is the problem we have, and in this particular problem you are asked to prepare the statement of profit and loss, for the year ended 31/3/12/2020 and the balance sheet also. So this problem involves the preparation of not only the statement of profit and loss, but it also involves the preparation of a balance sheet. So let us now start with the preparation of the statement of profit and loss. Before we proceed with the answer, what is very important in this chapter is that you have to remember the format for the preparation of the statement of profit and loss as well as the balance sheet. Unless and until you are thorough with the format, you will not be able to proceed further because the answer should be exactly according to the format. As you all can recollect, in the statement of profit and loss, we'll be having 7 notes to accounts. So before preparing the statement of profit and loss, we'll be preparing the notes to accounts. So under notes to accounts, we'll be showing all the calculations and workings, and the final amount only we will take to the statement of profit and loss. As far as the notes to accounts are concerned, you will be having 7 notes to accounts in the statement of profit and loss. out of which the first two notes are notes relating to income, and then the note number starting from 3 to 7 will be notes relating to expenses. Note number 1 is usually for revenue from operations. Note number 2 is for other income. These two are revenue schedules, that is revenue notes, that is income notes, and notes starting from 3 to 7 are notes relating to expenses, under which you will have cost of goods sold as note 3, then employee benefit expenses as note 4, finance cost as note 5, depreciation and amortization expenses as note 6, and other expenses as note 7. So, notes starting from 3 to 7 will be notes relating to expenses. For a better understanding of this notes and the format of the statement of profit and loss, kindly refer to my previous videos for this chapter, for which I'll share the link in the description. Now, as far as this particular problem is concerned, we don't have anything called as finance cost. Okay? Since we don't have finance cost, the next item, that is depreciation and amortization expenses, will become note 5. Okay? So I'll start working it out. Note 1 is revenue from operations. So under revenue from operations, we'll be having sales. So under the heading note 1, revenue from operations, enter sales. Then the next note is for other income. As far as this particular problem is concerned, for incomes you have to look at only the credit side, isn't it? Sales we have already entered. How much is sales? Sales is given as 3,23,000. And apart from sales, what other income do we have? If you have a look at the problem, you can see that discount received is another income. So this will come under the heading other income, which will be mentioned under note 2. So under note 2, what do we have? We have discount received, that is 3,150. So these two, revenue from operations and other income, these two are only the notes relating to income or revenue. The rest of the notes are all notes relating to expenses. So note number 3 is cost of goods sold. So how will we find out the cost of goods sold? You all will know this. First we will take opening stock. With opening stock we'll add purchases. From that we'll deduct the closing stock to arrive at cost of goods sold. So you can refer the problem. Opening stock is given as 50,000. Purchases is given as 2 lakhs. So when you add opening stock and purchases together, you will be getting 2,50,000. And have a look at the problem now to know how much is the closing stock. Closing stock is given to you in the problem as 1,91,500. So closing stock should be deducted now. So from 2,50,000, when you deduct the closing stock of 1,91,500, you will be getting a balance, and that balance will be regarded as the cost of goods sold. So how much will be the balance? So here it will be 0, 0 again. You will be having 5 here, and then you will be having 8, and then 5. So cost of goods sold will be how much? 58,500. I hope you are able to understand how to calculate cost of goods sold. Take the opening stock given in the problem, with that add purchases, and from the total deduct the closing stock, which will give you the cost of goods sold. It is this amount which will be taken to the statement of profit and loss. Now let us proceed to the next item, next note, note 4, employee benefit expenses. Under employee benefit expenses, you'll be having all those expenses which are related to the employees, such as wages. So you're given wages as 70,000, salaries is given to you as 18,500, and bonus is given to you as 10,500. You can refer to the problem. Now you have to add all these items together, and that will give you the total of employee benefit expenses. So you'll be having 0, 0 again you'll have 0, and then 9, and then again 9. So the total of all these three amounts together will give you 99,000, and this is what is employee benefit expenses, which will be taken to the statement of profit and loss later. As I told you earlier, usually we'll be having finance cost as note number 5. Since it is not there in the problem, we are taking depreciation and amortization expenses as note 5. So under depreciation and amortization expenses, you'll be having depreciation on plant. Let us see how it is calculated. Let us have a look at the problem now. Just have a look at the problem. Point B given in the problem says that depreciation on plant at 15% and on furniture at 10% should be provided. So you have to calculate the depreciation on plant at 15% and depreciation on furniture at 10%. So how much is the amount of plant given? The amount of plant given to you is 1,80,500. So on 1,80,500, you have to calculate 15%. 1,80,500 into 15 by 100. 1,80,500 into 15 divided by 100. So you just do the calculation and see. So you will be getting 27,075. Likewise, you have to calculate depreciation on furniture. So how much is furniture given in the problem? Furniture is given to you in the problem as 17,100. On 17,100, depreciation is given at 10%. So 17,100 into 10% depreciation, isn't it? So 10 by 100. This will give you 1710. So this is what is the depreciation on furniture. So now you have to add these two amounts together to get the total. So you will be getting 5, 8, 7, 8, 2. 28,785. So this will be the total of note 5, that is depreciation and amortization expenses. Now note 6 is for other expenses. All those expenses which did not come under the previous notes will come under other expenses. So if you see the problem, you have an item called as discount allowed. Let us have a look at the problem. So you are given discount allowed. So this amount of discount allowed, 4,200, it will come here. So discount allowed, discount received is an income which we showed under note 2, other income. Discount allowed is an expenditure which we are showing under note 6, that is other expenses. So discount allowed is how much? It is 4,200. Then insurance. Let us have a look at the item in the problem. In the problem, insurance is given as 6,720. See this? It is given as 6,720 and it is given up to 31,321. Okay, insurance up to 31,321 is 6,720. Whereas when you take the problem into account, we have the information, the problem is related to the year, related to the date 31/12/20. Okay, the balance is extracted from the ledger as on 31/12/20. So that is what is the date for which we are asked to prepare the statement of profit and loss. Okay, so when you say 31/3/21, it means that 3 months insurance is prepaid. So insurance for the month of January, February and March, these 3 months insurance is prepaid. So prepaid insurance will have to be deducted. If any insurance is outstanding, that has to be added. If any insurance is prepaid, that has to be deducted. Since we have prepaid insurance in this problem, let us calculate insurance for 3 months out of the 6,720. 6,720 into 3 divided by 12, which will give you 1680. Why are we deducting this? Because this insurance is prepaid. It actually relates to the insurance for the next 3 months of the year 2021. It is for the month of next 3 months of the year 2021. That is for the months of January, February and March. So 3 months prepaid insurance comes to 1,680. So from 6,720, when you deduct 1,680, you will be getting 5,040. So actually, this 5,040 is this amount. Okay. Slightly the amounts have gone down. So actually 5,040 is relating to insurance. Then the rest of the items of expenses which we have not entered anywhere else in any other note or is rent. So how much is rent we have? So rent is 6,000. Slightly it has come down. Then general expenses is 8,950. So general expenses 8,950. Printing is 2,400. Advertising is 3,800 and bad debts as given in the problem is 3,200. Now we have to add all these amounts together starting from 4,200 discount allowed till this. Okay. So when you add all these amounts together, that will be giving you the total of other expenses. So you'll be getting a total of 33,590. You can add and see, you'll get a total of 33,590. So this is what is the total of note number 6, that is other expenses. So we have prepared all the notes relating to the statement of profit and loss, starting from note 1, revenue from operations, till the last note as per this problem, there is note 6, other expenses. Let us now proceed with the preparation of the statement of profit and loss, which is very easy because we have already prepared all the notes relating to the statement. The name of the company is given as Moon Star Limited. So let us give the heading as Moon and Star Limited. Moon and Star Limited. Statement of profit and loss for the year ended 31/12/2020. This is as per the revised schedule 6. This is only being followed now. Okay. So first we have the notes relating to revenue. Number 1, revenue from operations. Note 1. 3,25,000. And then we have the second note, that is other income, that is 3,150. All these notes we have already prepared. Okay, you can have a look at it. Note 2 is how much? Other income 3,150. That only we are entering now. So 3,150. So note 1 and 2 together will give us the total revenue. So let us see how much we are getting as total revenue. So you will have 0, 5, 1, and then you will have 8 here, 2, 3. 3,28,150. This will be the total revenue. Now, under expenses, we'll be entering the amount of note 3, total of note 3, which comes to 58,500. Then, total of note 4, employee benefit expenses, 99,000. All this we have prepared already. Then, total of note 5, that is depreciation and amortization expenses, 28,785. And other expenses. How much is other expenses total? This one, 33 590. Under other expenses, we have a total of 33 590. So 33 590. So the total of all this will give us the total expenses, that is B. So let us see how much we are getting as total expenses. First we'll have 5 here, 7, 8, 9, 1, and then 2. So it will be 2,19,875. 2,19,875. How will you call this? This will be called as the total expenses. Now let us find out how much is profit before tax. Profit before tax, how will you find it out? Profit before tax is nothing but A minus B. So what is A minus B? Total revenue, that is 3,28,150 minus total expenses, that is 2,19,875. So when you do A minus B, you will be getting 1,08,275. This will be the profit before tax. Now let us see how much is the tax expense. Tax expense is already given to you in the problem. Let us have a look at the problem for this. So have a look at the tax provision. This tax provision is only called as tax expense. It is given, point C. A tax provision of 8,000 is considered necessary. So this has to be recorded now. So from the profit which we calculated already, that is 1,08,275. Let us deduct tax provision, which we call as tax expense or the current tax, which is 8,000. So when you deduct 8,000 from 1,08,275, the remaining amount will be 1,275. 1,275. So this will be the profit for the year. So this is what is the final answer of the statement of profit and loss. So how much do we have? We have the profit for the year as 1,275. So how did we prepare the statement of profit and loss? First, we prepared all the notes to accounts starting from note 1 to note 6. Then we prepared statement of profit and loss by entering the notes relating to the revenue and the notes relating to expenses. The profit before taxes, total revenue minus total expenses. From that you have to deduct the tax. It is already given to you in the problem as 8,000. When you deduct it, the final answer which we get will be called as the profit for the year. I hope you are able to understand this clearly.
So in this video, I have worked out only the statement of profit and loss. Hope you are able to understand the answer well. As I used to tell you again and again, so far as this particular chapter is concerned, that is final accounts of companies, what is very, very important is you have to be thorough with the format. Only if you are thorough with the format, you will be able to work out the answer correct. In my next video, I will be working out the balance sheet for the same problem. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends also. Thank you very much for watching this video.